Does the silence of a championship drought eventually become deafening to you? Or does it just fuel the fire to burn it all down and start winning? Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we aren't just talking about baseball. We are talking about the very soul of the Philadelphia Phillies as we stand on the precipice of the 2026 season. There is a specific kind of anxiety that permeates this city right now. It's not the fear of being bad. We've lived through that. It's the terrifying, gut-wrenching fear of being almost good enough, year after year, until the window slams shut on your fingers. We are looking at a roster loaded with legends, but legends age and windows close. The front office knows this. The fans in the cheap seats know this. And right now, there is a decision looming over Citizens Bank Park that could be the difference between a parade down Broad Street or another decade of what-ifs. We are talking about the urgent, screaming necessity to lock down Jesus Luzardo before a single pitch is thrown this season. The narrative coming out of the beat writers, specifically the recent insights from Cole Weintraub at NBC Sports Philadelphia, is clear. The time is now. But why is this specific move causing such a stir? Because it represents a shift in philosophy. For years, we've seen teams hesitate. We've seen front offices play the wait-and-see game, treating players like stocks to be day traded rather than human beings who need security to perform at their peak. Luzardo isn't just another arm in the rotation. After his breakout 2025 campaign, he has become a symbol of the Phillies' future. But here is the conflict that is keeping Dave Dombrowski up at night. Do you commit massive financial resources to a pitcher based on one stellar year in your uniform? Or do you wait and risk the price tag becoming astronomical? Think about the emotional weight of this. We are entering a season where the expectations are World Series or bust. There is no middle ground. If the Phillies start the season without extending Luzardo, every single start becomes a contract negotiation. Every strikeout adds a zero to his asking price. Every bad inning fuels the doubters. It creates a distraction that a team chasing a ring simply cannot afford. We are urging the front office to be bold, to look at the data, and to realize that Luzardo is the missing link we have been searching for since the days of the four aces. This isn't just about money. It's about showing the locker room that you reward excellence. It's about telling the fan base that you are committed to winning, not just in 2026, but in 2027, 2028, and beyond. The clock is ticking, folks, and the silence is getting louder. To truly understand the gravity of this situation, we have to perform a deep dive into the history of pitching development and how rare a player like Jesus Luzardo actually is. Let's rewind the tape. When Luzardo broke into the league with the Oakland Athletics in 2019, the hype was suffocating. He was the next big thing, a lefty with electric stuff who was supposed to save a franchise. But baseball is a cruel teacher. He struggled to find his footing, battling inconsistency and the immense pressure placed on young shoulders. The trade to the Miami Marlins in 2021 was his reset button. It was there, in the shadows of a rebuilding team, that he began to reconstruct his mechanics and, more importantly, his mental approach to the game. He transformed from a thrower into a pitcher. Now, compare this trajectory to some of the great reclamation projects in baseball history. Think about guys like Jake Arrieta, or even earlier examples like Randy Johnson, who took years to harness their raw power. Luzardo is following that same arc. When he arrived in Philadelphia ahead of the 2025 season, many saw him as a lottery ticket. What we got instead was a winning jackpot. A 15-7 record, a 3.92 ERA, and a career-high 216 strikeouts. Those aren't just numbers on a page. They are a testament to a player entering his absolute prime. He is entering his age 28 season, which, historically speaking, is the magic hour for power pitchers. This is the moment where physical peak meets veteran savvy. If we look back at the Phillies' history, we can see the ghosts of rotations past. We remember the dominance of 2011, but we also remember how quickly it fell apart because there wasn't a bridge to the next generation. Luzardo is that bridge. He connects the current aging core to the future. He provides a stability that allows the younger prospects in the farm system time to develop without being rushed. By securing him now, the Phillies aren't just buying a pitcher, they are buying insurance against the inevitable decline of other veterans. The technical adjustments he made last year, specifically the command of his slider and the increased velocity on his fastball late in games, suggest that 2025 wasn't a fluke. It was a preview. He has learned how to navigate a lineup 3 times through, a skill that is becoming extinct in modern baseball. To let a talent like this walk into free agency, or even to let him play out a lame duck season, would be a malpractice of roster construction. The foundation is there, the history supports his trajectory, and the talent is undeniable. Now, let's get down to the cold, hard business of baseball economics and the strategic implications of this deal. This is where the rubber meets the road, and where the fan base often finds itself divided. On one side, you have the cautious observers who look at the $11 million arbitration deal and say, let him prove it again. They worry about injury risk, which is always a factor with pitchers who throw as hard as Luzardo does. They worry about the contract year phenomenon, where a player performs well only when money is on the line. These are valid concerns. However, we need to look at the cap hit and the future market landscape. If Luzardo replicates his 2025 numbers, or God forbid, improves on them, he will be the top left-handed starter on the market next winter. We are talking about a contract that could easily surpass $150 million over 6 or 7 years. By extending him now, Dave Dombrowski has the opportunity to secure a team-friendly deal that buys out his first few years of free agency. Imagine locking him in for 5 years at a manageable AAV, average annual value, that allows the team to still pursue other needs, like bullpen depth or a right-handed bat. It's about asset management. Furthermore, consider the catastrophic scenario. The Phillies don't sign him. He has a Cy Young caliber season. The Phillies make a deep playoff run, but lose him in the offseason to a direct rival like the Braves or the Mets because they get outbid. That is a nightmare scenario that sets the franchise back 5 years. We also have to consider the vibe check of the clubhouse. Players talk. They know who is getting paid and who isn't. When a front office takes care of a guy who came in, worked hard, and delivered, it sends a powerful message of loyalty. It builds a culture where players want to stay. Conversely, dragging out negotiations can breed resentment. We've seen it happen with other stars in other cities. Luzardo has already expressed that he likes it here. He's comfortable in Clearwater. He thrives in the pressure of Philly. Why mess with that chemistry? Why introduce an element of uncertainty into a season that is already fraught with pressure? The analytics department surely sees the underlying metrics, the spin rates, the whiff percentages, the expected ERA, ex-ERA, all pointing to sustained success. Betting on Luzardo is betting on the data, not just the back of a baseball card. The risk of inaction is far greater than the risk of the contract itself. So, where does this leave us? We are standing at the edge of the 2026 season, looking out at a landscape filled with opportunity and danger. The Philadelphia Phillies have a chance to do something special, but it requires courage. It requires the front office to look at Jesus Luzardo and see not just a pitcher, but a pillar upon which the next championship can be built. The urging from Cole Weintraub and other insiders isn't just idle chatter. It is a clarion call for aggressive management. We cannot be the team that is always one move away. We have to be the team that makes the move before everyone else realizes it was necessary. I want you to close your eyes and picture October. Picture Game 5 of the NLCS. The bullpen is tired. The crowd is on its feet. Who do you trust to take the ball? If your answer is Jesus Luzardo, then the answer to the contract question is simple. Pay the man. Don't let him reach the open market. Don't let the price go up. Secure the asset, stabilize the rotation, and let's go win a ring. This is where I need to hear from you, the heartbeat of this team. I know the fan base is split on big contracts for pitchers. Do you think Luzardo has earned a long-term extension, or is the sample size too small? Are you worried about the injury history, or do you trust the new training staff? What is the maximum dollar amount you would be comfortable giving him? Put your GM hat on and drop your contract proposals in the comments below. I want to see numbers. Let's get a real debate going in the community. And listen, if you want to stay on top of every rumor, every trade, and every breaking story as we march toward opening day, you need to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We are in this together, Philly. Let's make some noise.